Alright, bro. So today, ladies and gentlemen, today we got the ESPN Power Rankings for the 2026-2027 season. And I'm gonna be sharing my opinion with y'all. I mean, I don't really care if you ask for my opinion, because if you clicked on this video, then you came for my opinion. So Twin Beams ain't here. But before we get started, bro, a lot of y'all are viewing the channel, commenting down below, but y'all aren't subscribing. Please subscribe. We just recently made it to 100 subscribers. I'm trying to make it to 100,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I know that shit seems implausible, but nothing is impossible. Bars. I'm also recording this at 3 in the morning, almost 4 in the morning. It's currently 3:57 in the city of San Antonio, so I'm gonna have to bear with me. But anyway, so starting at number 30, we have the Sacramento King. Notable additions: they obviously drafted A-Cup. They have Alex Caribbean via draft, which is their second round draft pick, and Emmanuel Sharp, which is their second round draft pick. They did notably depart with DeMar DeRozan, who is in talks. They waived DeMar. I didn't know they waived DeMar. I know that Russell Westbrook just did not get an extension, and they did trade Devin Carter. So yeah, honestly, I mean, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this team. They got Acuff at the 7th overall position. These guys were 22-60, which I believe was the very worst in the league. And yeah, I mean, they lost their top scorer in Russell Westbrook. DeMar DeRozan was dealing with some injuries, so he wasn't playing. Russell Westbrook was averaging about 15, 4 and 5, which ain't bad, honestly, for a 37-year-old. I would like to see him get a contract, obviously not by the Sacramento Kings. I think they're just trying to depart with him and just, you know, have Sabonis, A-Cup, Zach LaVine, Malik Monk, have all these guys kind of shine, and just not have, I guess, an older guy like Westbrook, run the show. Now, number 29, the Milwaukee Bucks. This isn't anything really that surprising. They did get Braden Burries via the draft. They got Tyler Herro from the Giannis Antetokounmpo trade. They also traded away Bobby Portis, I believe, for the same trade. They got Jaime Jaquez out of those trades, and they aren't the worst team in the league, obviously, because that is Sacramento. I honestly would have Milwaukee around 26, 25, but I mean, having them at 29 is a jump. I mean, look at the guys they have. They do have Miles Turner, Ryan Rollins, AJ Green, Kevin Porter. I think only Miles Turner is a notable name to really even be tossed up in there, but they definitely have a team. It's not going to be a 40-win team. I see them being a 30 to 40 win. That's why I'm saying around the 25th rank. But, having them at 29 isn't that bad. They also gave them a previous rank 27, which is crazy because they did, originally have Giannis Antetokounmpo. Going to 28, these guys, the Brooklyn Nets, just not that good. I mean, these guys quite literally had MPJ basically. MPJ was averaging 24 points per game. Having Michael Porter Jr. average 24 on your team, you're already knowing that you plan at. These guys lost Zaire Williams and Nick Claxton, which isn't really going to do that much, but they did get Mikal Brown Jr. draft. Obviously, they added Julius Randle in the mix, so it's going to be an MPJ Julius Randle show. These guys love to waste the clock and shoot it last, so I really wonder how it's going to go over there in the Brooklyn Nets. But I mean, shit, we do have another New York team to watch, so I guess people in New York, they're eating good, but both New York teams just can't be good at the same time. Here we have a controversial spot at the number 27 with the New Orleans Pelicans. Guys, that's how y'all know it's early. It's not even early. I don't know if it's late or early because it's a 4 in the morning. I got work in 8 hours, and I'm talking about the Pelicans. It's the Pelicans. They previously had them ranked at 24, and these guys didn't add nobody. They have no notable additions. Why did they lose their draft pick? So these guys, they traded away an unprotected 2026 first round pick alongside the 23rd overall pick in 2025 to move up to number 13 to select Derek White. Obviously, we know how, or Derek Queen, I'm sorry. And obviously, we know how that shit went. You guys also traded away a 2026 first rounder originally from Indiana to acquire a 2025 pick. So these guys just did a whole bunch of bugs. Didn't add anybody. They do have Trey Murphy the third. They have Jeremiah Fears off the bench. Derek Queen still off the bench. Zion Williamson, if he can stay healthy, and DeJounte Murray. Team isn't terrible. I see why you have these guys ranked at number 27. They could be a lot better, but honestly, having Milwaukee under the New Orleans Pelicans, I don't think that's correct. I guess they're saying it's because they do have Zion Williamson and Trey Murphy, which their young core is pretty good. But personally, I think Milwaukee is a lot better than them. So honestly, I would swap them too. But I also would have Milwaukee up there. I would have New Orleans at 27. I just would not have Milwaukee at 29. Like the Tyler Herro draft is crazy, and they also got Braden Burries off the draft. They have Jaime Jaquez, who's probably going to start. Yeah, no, these guys are getting disrespected, but I mean, we'll see how it goes. Here we have the Memphis Grizzlies, which I completely disagree. Obviously, these guys got Cameron Boozer, and everybody had their opinions on Cameron Boozer, but but you know, during the summer league, the dude did show out. You know, these guys have Zach Eddy, Cedric Coward. We'll see if these guys play. They also, you know, obviously departed from John Morant. Got Isaiah Stewart, Jeremy Grant, Quentin Post off the free agency, and you know, I really don't think they're going to be better post John Morant, obviously, but at the same time, I guess, you know, it was time for them to move along. They're not going to win a championship with John Morant, and I think heading in the Cameron Boozer direction is the way to go. So, you know, 26 is nice and all, but I do think this team is better than the Milwaukee Bucks. I don't know, guys. I have faith. Like, I would have Memphis down there in like 30, 20, but I guess with Cameron Boozer, these guys believe in these guys. So, you know, it is also ESPN, so, you know, they just be bullshitting sometimes. Here we have the number 25 Chicago Bulls. Automatically, I'm just going to talk about Caleb Wilson. Now, Colin Sexton did dip. He dipped out of there. But these guys got Norman Powell, Nick Claxton, and Dylan Swain. Which, you know what I'm saying? Norman Powell is really the only, and Nick Claxton, I got notable names, but Caleb Wilson is showing out in the summer league. Now, that dude was hooping. He was dunking on people. He looked very confident out there. And obviously, it is summer league buckets, but man, I do see this kid, honestly, Sean, like, you know, it's been a while since the Chicago Bulls have had that guy, you know what I'm saying? I guess since DeMar DeRozan, and, you know, that wasn't really their guy. It's just that, you know, DeMar DeRozan had to leave for whatever reason, and, you know, Toronto ended up winning a chip without him. But it's been a while since the Chicago Bulls have drafted that guy, and I think Caleb Wilson is that guy. I think the Bulls have, you know, they paid their debt from the Michael Jordan back-to-back three-peats or whatever, and you know, Caleb Wilson is hoop. You know, no rookie has Las Vegas Summer League buzzing more than Wilson. In 4 games, he averaged 23.5 points per game on 50% shooting, and he was also shooting 42% from 3, which is very, very important. Like I said, Summer League bucket, but at the end of the day, bro, if you can shoot the rock, you're also playing very good defense. The guy averaged 2.5 blocks. Granted, it was only 4 games, but if he can, you know, have that level of production, I think the Chicago Bulls could jump up. I like where they're at right here at 25. You know what I'm saying? Not the worst team, not the best team, but, you know, the trajectory that they're going, you know what I'm saying? It's going to take a couple of years, but if they're able to build around Caleb Wilson, they'll be all right. I like the ranking. 25 is not. I think that's a good. Whoa. Holy shit. So we got the LA Clippers. How is Kawhi Leonard not a notable departure? They did get Rui Hachimura. I wish, honestly, we got, but, you know, it is what it is. These guys were previously ranked at 8. The deal is currently on hold, so I guess that's why they didn't add him in the notable departure, but we all know that shit's gonna go through. They're currently pivoting towards youth. These guys drafted Keaton Wagler. I don't even know if he played in the summer league. Honestly, I didn't hear too much about. You know, we all know what Hachimura is. He's not a star, but he's a very great role player. And they haven't re-signed restricted free agent Benedict Mathurin, but that guy's a dog. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't have that, like, that it factor, but he definitely go get you like a 15 points per game. He's a 15 and 2-1 guy for sure. Honestly, I really don't mind them being at 24. They're obviously gonna get worse as they lost Kawhi Leonard. They also lost Bogdan. What happened to Bogdan? Here we have the number 23 Dallas Mavericks. They added Morris. These guys are pretty active in the off seasons. Obviously, you know, adding Rissicher in that 3-person trade between the Oklahoma City Thunder, the Atlanta Hawks, and then they added Rissicher. They also added Morris Johnson Jr. via the draft. Adama and Marcus aren't really all that crazy, but they did lose Chris Middleton and Marvin Bagley the third. We wonder why. So he's over Nuggets. I mean, that would have been a piece that I would have kept, but at the end of the day, to each their own. Was he a part of the trade? You know, Cooper Flag is only like 19, 20. These guys have time to build a squad. I think 23 is nice and all. Now, we all know that these guys are long waiting for Kyrie Irving to come back. I think if Kyrie Irving comes back, they can make a push for a play-in team. Obviously, the 23rd rank, you know, that isn't play-in worthy, but I think these guys could jump up to like maybe 19th rank and get in the play-in. Maybe have like an interesting game against fucking, I don't even know, fucking another team. I don't know, the Warriors, maybe some shit. I could see like the Warriors and them in the play-in. But yeah, not too interesting. I think Rissicher, we'll see how that shit goes. Obviously, Rissicher has not lived up to, you know, what people thought he was going to be, but we'll see with a, you know, New Jersey, new city, if he can take that lead. You know, defensively, these guys needed somebody. Also just needed somebody next to Cooper Flag that had the name. I mean, this guy Rissicher was a future lottery pick. He was the future #1 pick in 2024. So you know, it's crazy that Atlanta just gave up on him, but it is what it is. I already have number 22, which is crazy. I would have Dallas over the Washington Wizards, but at the same time, these guys did get pretty active in the off season. Obviously, drafting #1 overall AJ DeBonsta, who is also a dog in the summer. Getting DeAndre Ayton and Chris Middleton. These guys did lose D'Angelo Russell, but who the fuck care? You know, last season they got Trae Young and Anthony Davis, and now they're adding #1 pick DeBonsta. They already had Alec Alex Sor, they had Keyshawn George, they had Trey Johnson. The rest of the names I'm not even gonna say, but those are like the notable names. And Aiton gives the Wizards a much needed depth in the star or center position. And I really enjoy this for one reason, and that is that I think that we're already past the point where we're thinking that DeAndre Ayton is a starting center, right? Like, let the dude get his 10 minutes per game, get the millions of dollars, and play 2K peacefully. But he does not want to start. He doesn't want to be the star. You can tell there's people that just don't want to be the star. So it's nice that he's going to be able to play in the second lineup behind Alex Sarr. And yeah, no, honestly, the Washington Wizards could make a jump to rank 15. These guys could be a 6 seed. I see these guys being the 6 seed. Honestly, like, it would not be too crazy. Adding a player like Chris Middleton to a veteran, like a genuine veteran to play along these guys, because Anthony Davis has never really struck me, even though the dude's like 33 years old, he's never really struck me as a veteran. Obviously, they have Trey Young too, but they're both so young-minded. I feel like they have played for whatever, even though these guys are reaching their 30 and Anthony Davis is 30. I still don't see them really being veterans. So adding Chris Middleton definitely helps for sure. Number 21, I do not agree with at all. These guys lost LaMelo Ball, they lost Miles Bridges, and all they can say for it is Naz Reid, Grayson Allen, and Roy. You basically got a worser, older Miles Bridges. You got a 34-year-old short white point guard who, you know, Grayson Allen, best shooter in the league behind Steph Curry. But at the same time, you also had LaMelo Ball, who made the most threes behind Con Knibble. So I guess, you know, the logic was, oh, let's get the most efficient three-point shooter instead of the guy that made the most threes behind your other player, Con Knibble. And then we have a 6'11 demigod point guard, Naz Reid, who does not translate into that. But obviously, we all know the stat that, you know, they were overall winning whenever they had Kobe White on the floor or LaMelo Ball. But at the same time, I think they just weren't really building around LaMelo Ball like he needed to be built. The guy's still a 25 point per game player. And they were able to make it to the play-in. This was like their biggest, and I understand, right? You're thinking long term. Is LaMelo Ball gonna bring a championship to this team? And if you don't think he is, then why not cash in big? But I don't even think they cashed in that big. What did they get in return? Like a fucking 20-30 first round pick? Just not smart at all. And honestly, I don't see these guys being ranked 21. I don't have them. Shit, yo, you guys are gonna hate me for this, but I don't have them over the Milwaukee Bucks. I know I keep saying this shit, but I'm just saying I don't have them over the Milwaukee Bucks. Let's see some other teams. I know they have Con Knibble and Brandon Miller, and they got a squad. Like, don't get me wrong, but it's just like I don't got them over the Wizards. I don't have them over the Mavs. I can see them being better than the Clippers and the Bulls and the Grizzlies. Shit, the Pelicans could be better than these guys if Zion Williamson was healthy. Or, you know what I'm saying, he is healthy, but like if he stays healthy. And I don't got these guys over the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, this shit got me sounding like a Milwaukee Bucks fan, and guys, I don't give a shit about that. I'm just saying. So here we got the recipients of Miles Bridges trade. These guys lost Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal, and they got Miles Bridges in return. Which, you know, say what you want about Miles Bridges, but I don't really think he's much of a great basketball player. I also really don't think that, you know, the impact that Grayson Allen and Royce O'Neal bring you is adequate to that of Miles Bridges. I'm aware that these guys got a first round pick for the trade, so I understand in that aspect. But at the same time, you know, how much longer is Devin Booker looking to play in the by the time that first round pick is even, you know, getting his name called up, this dude might be 35, and that's like towards the latter half of his career. So I think, you know, obviously these guys, they have Jalen Green and all that, but at the same time, what trajectory are you guys thinking here? Because I think it's time to move on from Devin Booker. I also don't agree with them being ranked 20th. But yeah, no, it's getting about that time you guys get rid of Devin, and I think you guys give him a new jersey and actual ability to compete, because the last time these guys were able to compete, Chris Paul was in the league. They made it all the way to the finals, though. Y'all know what happened there. You know, legendary season out of Giannis, but at the same time, I mean, Chris Paul went down. You know what I'm saying? We ain't here to talk about championships in here. We're talking about the 2026-2027 season. I don't agree with this ranking. These guys should be bottom 20. Sorry, not sorry. Ooh, okay, we're gonna make a lot of people mad here at the Golden State Warriors. I mean, I don't disagree, but I also do think that there's gonna be teams in here that I think that the Warriors are better than. These guys have depth. I know that a lot of these players are getting really old. They have Jimmy Butler, Moses Moody. These guys have Al Horford, Kristaps Porzingis, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and obviously they added Yaxel Lenenberg, who in the summer league was also hooping. So I guess the biggest thing with this team is injury, right? And these guys were ranked 16, but if it weren't for the injuries that they, you know, received, obviously his team would have been better. At the same time, you know, Steph Curry is getting older. I mean, I've seen some trade talks for Steph Curry, so maybe, you know, if Steph Curry does end up leaving, these guys could tank. But yeah, no, 19 seems about right, but honestly, we could go lower. It's just like the fact that you have Steph Curry, Draymond Green, and Yaxel, you know what I'm saying, a fresh new body coming in. You have Kristaps Podzimski, you know what I'm saying, that guy gets mean bombed, but he's not that bad, not terrible. You know, he's playing team, so I can see these guys being top 20, just for the fact that I think they're gonna make it to the play-in. But I also do think there were some teams that were better than this team, like the Milwaukee Bucks. No, I'm playing. But yeah, no, I guess injuries is gonna bite these guys in the ass, and Steph Curry is just way too old. You know, he's still hooping though. He's still like a 25, 26 points per game player. But these guys are getting older. So yeah, no, Al Horford's literally a fucking a 5. Number 18, we got the Portland Trail Blazers. They added Ja Morant, and the Blazers have Damian Lillard, right? So we're gonna have a Damian Lillard, Ja Morant duo. Scoot Henderson. Other than that, you guys lost Jeremy Grant, Chris Murray. Who even is on the damn Portland Trail? Okay, so Ja Morant day to day. They got Damian Lillard at shooting guard. Wow. Oh, because they have Avdija and Klingon. Okay, not bad. Damn, their backup lineup is pretty good. They got Drew Holiday, Scoot Henderson, Shaden. Okay, I can see why these guys are top 20. I can see why these guys are top. Shit, really ain't too much to say, but I can see why they're top 20. I can see them winning 43 games, maybe 44. Nothing special. Not gonna win the finals. I know y'all can see my cat trying to balance on my head. Like, what could he possibly be doing right now? Number 17, I don't agree with this. I already seen this shit. I don't agree. I'm not even gonna say it. I don't agree. Like, the Utah fucking Jazz making the playoffs. Yeah, you guys just added this shit to the Orlando Magic, number 16. I can see this. You know, Paolo played pretty good until it got to playoff time and it got to you know what I'm saying, actual meaningful game time. He did have like a, what was it? They lost in the second play, right? Or was it third? He had a good first playing game, and then he dwindled the second. Correct me if I'm mistaken. But these guys have Paolo, Franz Wagner, Desmond Bane. They added Vucevic. 16 seems about right. Could go higher, could go lower. Indiana Pacers guys added Kelly Oubre. So which shooty was making this list? I'm not even gonna fucking. I understand. Okay, look, guys. I love Tyrese Halliburton as a player, but these guys lost Miles Turner. I know they still have Pascal. They lost Benedict Mathurin. Does Obi Toppin even play anymore? Let me check their fucking roster. Yo, guys, while you guys are here, while I'm checking this shit, make sure you guys check my video on TJ McConnell. Made a very, very good video on TJ McConnell. Oh, these guys have Kobe Bryant on their team. They do still have Obi Toppin. They have Ivica Zubac. I still prefer Miles Turner, but they still have Neesmith and Nembhard. That's why they got rid of Mathurin. But honestly, I thought Mathurin was better than Neesmith. But didn't Neesmith like shoot like 8 threes in their finals run? Like banged on them hoes. So I guess I could see why these guys are 15. But bro, these guys are like, yo, you guys are gonna fucking hate me. I got the Warriors over there. Call me crazy. Call me a hating thug. Number 14, the Atlanta Hawks. This team, honestly, bro, is going to be the surprise of the season. I see these guys being a top 3 seed. Call me crazy. These guys are literally the mini Thunder. They added, look at everything that they fucking did in the damn. Now, this is what you want to see. As a motherfucker from Atlanta, this is what you want to see. Look at this shit. Lou Dort, Aaron Wiggins, Kingston Fleming off the draft, Devin Carter, Ryan Nembhard. That's that motherfucker Nembhard brother. And I'm not even gonna try to say Zuby's name. I'm gonna just say Zuby. They did lose Kuminga and Rissicher, but these guys added a whole fucking lineup. Lou Dort, Aaron Wiggins, Kingston Fleming. I see these guys being the 3rd seed. They re-signed CJ McCollum and they re-signed Jock, but his name is Jock. You know, they have Dyson Daniels and Lou Dort, who are gonna be amazing on the perimeter. Wiggins is another young wing, and obviously we haven't even talked about the fact that they have mini SGA. They have SGA's cousin on the squad. These guys are gonna be the 3rd best team in. These guys are in the West, right? Or no, the East. These guys are going to be the 3rd best team in the East. This is literally the Thunder in the East. No bullshit. So I guess these guys are saying that with Kawhi Leonard, that's all they fucking need to be a top 13 team. Get that shit out of here, boy. That shit's not happening, bro. I'm not even going to waste my, not even going to wait. We got the Miami Heat with Giannis Antetokounmpo, Bobby Portis, Tim Hardaway. They lost Tyler Hero and Norman Powell and Jaime Jaquez. I don't agree with this. I understand that you're getting Giannis Antetokounmpo, but these guys are like 15th at best. No shooting, no spacing. They have a lack of a guard, a real guard. Who the fuck is their Davian Mitchell? That's your starting point guard. You expect to be the top 12 team in the league? Get that shit out of here, my boy. Lock it. Nice trio of big men with Bam Adebayo, Antetokounmpo, and who? Bobby Portis. Their 3rd big 3 in the. Yeah. Wrap that shit up. Los Angeles Lakers. We should name these guys the Los Angeles White Bulls. They added Walker Kessler. They added Quentin Grimes. These guys basically got LeBron James for Quentin Grimes. Traded away LeBron James for Quentin Grimes, right? Obviously, because Grimes was on the 76. I know that they signed signed him and all that shit. But bro, in the sense that like got a player, lost a player, and then got a player. This shit, they lost the man himself, LeBron James, Marcus Smart. They also lost Rui Hachimura, which isn't even included in here. That's so disrespectful. He was so pivotal. He was so pivotal to them getting swept by the Oklahoma City Thunder. He made it look like, wow, the Lakers might actually win one game. So I wonder why they didn't even add, but they added Colin Sexton as well. But you know, when you have Luka, I guess you're always going to be a top 15 team at least. And do I have these guys over the Heat? Yeah, when you have Luka, you're always going to be like, obviously these guys did sign Austin Reeves to the worst contract of all time. And obviously you're going to get worse with LeBron James, but I think it's a little disrespectful that these guys only dropped two ranking, losing LeBron James, as LeBron James was holding down the fort. LeBron James was making it look like, damn, maybe the Lakers might actually win two against the Oklahoma. Dude averaged like 23 points per game at the age of 42. And they lost it because they want to be high and mighty. We'll see how it goes. I really don't see the Lakers winning more than 48 games. I got these guys ranked at prediction right now, 48 wins. We got the Houston Rockets. You know, it's kind of odd because they basically literally lock Kevin Durant, like these guys said, locking up future. Like Kevin Durant do not want to be. These guys have Amen Thompson, Reed Shepard, Sengun, Tyreek Eason, Fred VanVleet, David Adams coming off injury. We already know that Kevin Durant talked a lot of shit about his own teammates, so I really wonder, how these guys are gonna feel about that. I mean, they ended up playing a series anyways, and these guys lost to the Lakers in their first playoff to a 42-year-old LeBron James. And I understand that Kevin Durant went down with an injury, but at the end of the day, these guys didn't have Luka Doncic, and I don't think Reeves played either. So I understand that Kevin Durant is the best player on their team, but at the same time, you guys should have took care of a Luka-less and Austin Reeves-less LA Lakers. So I don't agree with them being. I think they're more of like maybe 14, because this is insinuating that these guys are going to be like the 4th or 5th seed in the West. I don't see the Rockets. Honestly, shit, I'm about to say something. I see the Clippers being better than this fucking team. I'm sorry, I don't like Kevin Durant, and I'm bullshitting. Obviously, they're going to be better than the Clippers as long as Kevin Durant gets healthy. Continues to be healthy. But at the end of the day, bro, any team that Kevin Durant is in is just destined for failure. He needed Steph Curry to win them shit. For the Boston Celtics at number 9. All right, guys, I'm gonna catch y'all later. The Boston Celtics losing Jaylen Brown and Nikola Vucevic. They're not number 9, but I guess they do have JT. So and they signed Mike Conley and Mitchell Robinson. I don't know. I guess Mitchell Robinson just came off a championship year, so I guess they're adding that. These guys added Paul George in replacement of Jaylen Brown. That's enough said. These guys are not the 9th ranked team. They're like 15. Cleveland Cavaliers here at 8 is very disrespectful. Like, jeez, these guys lost Dean Wade. I get that, but like James Harden and Donovan Mitchell are still one of the best players in the league. Donovan Mitchell himself, dude's like a top 3 guard, top 3, top 4. He does not get the respect that he deserves because he's a guy that's gonna get you 28. I understand James Harden did playoff drop like crazy, but these guys also did just make it to an Eastern Conference final, and all they lost was Dean Wade, and they added Malik Thomas, I guess, from the draft door play. These guys were waiting for LeBron James, but I got the Cleveland Cavaliers. Honestly, 8 might not be that bad, but I got these guys like top 6. I don't think that they're gonna get anywhere, but I could see these guys making the Eastern Conference Finals again. Number 7, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves. I don't disagree. These guys, oh my god, I'm clicking on shit. Obviously adding LaMelo Ball, Josh Green, and Isaiah Evans through the draft. These guys lost Julius Randle and Naz Reid, which is really sad. I love the Naz Reid minute Timberwolves. It was such a refreshing sight to see after seeing Rudy Gobert leave the court to watch Naz Reid be the demigod himself. But honestly, bro, with Ayo, Jaden McDaniels, Rudy Gobert, Anthony Edwards, and LaMelo Ball, this shit gonna have to work. And if it don't, then at the end of the day, bro, it might be a Minnesota problem. It might be a Minnesota. Anthony Edwards might be in some trade talk. But we'll see. They finally got him a real point guard to play with in LaMelo Ball. And as long as LaMelo stays healthy, and he also won't have to be the star, he should be able to stay healthy. We'll see how it goes. Number 6, we have the Detroit Pistons. They lost Tobias. They also lost Isaiah Stewart in that trade. I think it was a 3-person trade. Or no, they lost Isaiah Stewart in the trade for Isaiah Jones. They also added John Collins, free agent. But these guys have Duran, Asur, and it's Caden them. And they have Isaiah Joe to do some ISO buckets off the bench. So yeah, no, 6 ain't bad. I think when you have Cade Cunningham, the dude's an MVP level player. I think people forget that. And honestly, just having him and then having Duran and Asur to play defense, I think is enough. Yeah, these guys definitely deserve a top 10 ranking, so I'm not going to disagree. Now, here's where things are going to get a little special. Philadelphia top 3 team. These guys added Jaylen Brown, LeBron James, Dean Wade, and all they lost was Paul George and Andre Drummond. Immediately top 3. Do I need to remind y'all what their starting lineup? Kyrie Smack, Jaylen Brown, BJ Edge, LeBron James, Joel Embiid. Top 3 team. Fuck all that, bro. What are we doing? What are we fucking doing? This dude Jaylen Brown just came off a MVP level season, twin, and they just added him for a bag of fucking chips for fucking game time himself, Paul George. And then they added LeBron James, the best player of all time. Top 3 team, bro. Stop disrespecting him, bro. Oh my fuck. fucking god, this shit is rage bait. This shit is rage bait. The fucking Denver Nuggets, twin. The Denver fucking Nuggets, the motherfucking team from Colorado. These guys didn't do shit. Get this shit out of here, bro. You're telling me you're telling me that this team got better by adding Tysus Jones. They're not better than the Sixers. Just shut the fuck up, bro. I'm not even gonna read that shit. I'm not even gonna read that shit. The New York Knicks at number 3. Dude, the New York Knicks are like, they're better than the Pistons, but they're not better than the Sixers for one. I understand these guys just want a chip, but if the 76ers had Jaylen Brown and LeBron James last season, do you genuinely believe that these guys would have won? No! Get that shit out of here, bro. They're fine. Swap the Sixers and the Knicks and put the Denver Nuggets at fucking number 12. Fuck that. The San Antonio Spurs, number 2. You do realize that these guys just lost, right? All they added was Tobias Harris. Now, Tobias Harris, you know what I'm saying? He's a bucket getter. Don't get me wrong. Good 3-and-D guy. But these guys are not better than the 76ers. I'm sorry. Dude, need I remind you what happened last time Joel Embiid met with Wembanyama? Need I remind you? Enough said. At number 1, we have the Oklahoma City Thunder themselves. It's gonna hurt to say, but as a Thunder fan, we're not better than the 76ers. Now, that does not mean we cannot beat them in a series, but the 76ers are they're fucking loaded to the brim. And we also lost Isaiah Joe, Aaron Wiggins, and Lou Dort. Or, you know what I'm saying? Players within themselves not easy. But in a collective group, right, only adding a Mara and Bennett Sturts. And Bennett Sturts isn't even a notable addition, according to ESPN. Obviously, we were dealing with some injuries last season. We still have Jalen Williams. AJ Mitchell is going to come off his injury. Hopefully, J-Dub. Oh, wait, I just said Jalen Williams. Hopefully, J-Dub, you know, deals with his hamstring. And, you know what I'm saying? We'll see from there. We'll see from there. I do have us at 2nd in the power rankings. I have the 76ers at 1. But yeah, guys, this list was definitely some rage bait. There was some rage bait. Ain't go fade. But what can I do? I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Like I said earlier, make sure you guys subscribe, bro, because you know what I'm saying, like, a lot of y'all are watching the video, but just subscribe is free, and you can always unsubscribe if you need to. Join the Twin Beast family early, because I'm telling y'all join early, y'all gonna be like, wow, I was here at the number 102nd subscriber. I was here at the number 113 subscriber, 115 subscriber, and then when I make it to 100K, I'm gonna be knowing you part of the fam. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. I love you guys. I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all later.